Hi, and welcome to the 2019 Paper 1 Junior Star Higher Level. Now, this is question 12 we're on. So, as usual, if you want the set of notes I'm working off, just send me an email at shanetroy@gmail.com. That email address will be in the description below. So, part A here, now there's multiple parts, so we're looking to just get the algebra done. This is commonly asked. And this one here is the difference of two squares. Okay, so we're asked to factorize this. Note, it's not an equation. Okay, there's no equal. So, we're looking at just kind of applying or showing that we're able to follow this method. Okay, so let's go. I have the answer on the next page. Okay, so in this simple case here, you are looking to square root the number in front here. Now it's 1. Okay, so square root of 1 is 1, and you're square rooting the number here. Okay, square root of 16 is 4. Okay, so you kind of learn off that your answer is going to be, now it's going to be, have two brackets. One is going to be minus, one is going to be plus. So it's 1 times the first variable, so 1a, and then the second variable n, okay, it's going to be, no, I should say plus and minus, so 4n and minus 4n. And that's it. Now, as you see over here, if I'm right, and I multiply those two things together, I should get back to my original equation. Now, you're not asked to do this, but no harm. It's always important to know your basic skills, and multiplying a two-term bracket by a two-term bracket is one of your basic skills. This method here allows you to make less mistakes, and basically the way I kind of applied is I write one of my brackets out twice. Now in this case I've written the first bracket, although normally I do the second bracket. So I've written the first bracket out twice, okay, and then the first term of the other bracket into this bracket, and the second term, so the minus 4n, into the second bracket. Now the reason I do that is all I've got to do now is go left to right and remove brackets. So a times a is a squared. A times 4n is 4 times a times n. They can't actually multiply, so the terms are left. Now the other side here is 4n times a, which technically is negative 4n times a, but that's the exact same thing as minus 4 times a times n. Okay, 2 times 3 is the same as 3 times 2. So when you've written it in that form here, okay, it's more obvious that these two things are going to cancel the next step. And the last thing then, and just to finish off the multiplication up here, was minus by plus is minus, 4 by 4 is 16, n by n is n squared. So if I cancel out these two terms here, I'm left with a squared, take away 16n squared. So I did get back to my original answer. Okay, so that's that. So that's part A. Now part B there says, one of the factors of this quadratic here, 8x squared plus 45x minus 8, is the factor x plus 6. Okay. So they're giving us one of the answers, okay? So they say, part 1 there is note 15 marks going for this. You won't know that during the exam. We're asked to factorize this quadratic here. Now I probably should go and look at the answer, but let's try problem solve it now, okay? So if I look there, okay, there's no number that will simplify across that, okay? So I'm going to multiply 8 by negative 18. Okay, so negative 18 times 8. It's 64, 8 ones 8, 144. So it's plus or minus 8 18s is negative 144. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to give that. And those two numbers that I select should also add to give plus 45. So let's write that down right here. Okay. Now, working through this, I've cheekily looked forward to the answer, okay? I don't have a calculator on this handy, so you kind of could mess with it. You're trying to look for numbers that will work, okay? Now, the numbers are 48 and 3. There's multiple more numbers, but they will multiply to give negative 44, okay? Now, signs have to be thought of, so it could be either minus 48 or plus 3, or plus 48 by minus 3. One of those two numbers will add to give plus 45, which has to be these ones. Now that's a standard method for factorization of a quadratic. If you're doing junior honors, can't see this any clearer, you need to know that. Okay, factorizing quadratics needs to be second nature. Okay, you breathe in, you breathe out, you factorize, you solve, and you pick up these 15 marks, etc. This is a hard factorization in that there's a number in front of the x squared. We could use the minus b formula, okay, but it's probably more complicated. Now, with this particular answer here, you're going to have an 8x in one bracket and 8x in the other. Two numbers you're picking are plus 48, okay, and minus 3. There's different ways to do this, but you look at whichever of the two factors can be simplified. That can divide 8 into 8 goes once. Okay, so it goes x. 48 into 8. 8 to 48 goes 6 times. Okay. And then the other factor can't be simplified, so it stays the same. Now, if we multiply them together, okay, we should get back to the original. Now, as I said a second ago, I took a cheeky look at the next page, okay, and that's just the answer done out there. Although I should point out there is a mistake here, and that should be a negative. Okay, so let's go back and fix the original set of notes. Anyway, we'll try part 2 here. So it says, write down one quadratic expression in x other than 8x squared plus 45x minus 18 that has x plus 6 as a factor. Okay, and give your answer in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. And this last bit where a, b, and c are elements of the real number system, so are basically our real numbers. Okay, so any number, okay, for lack of a better word. So look, I think if I multiply x plus 6 by anything, okay, I get the answers. Let's go here, okay. So yeah, I just picked anything. Now, I picked x plus 1, which is probably the easiest factor you can get in a sense. Could have even gone just by x, okay, and got the answer. But if I multiply x plus 1 by x plus 6, x by x is x squared, x by 6 is 6x, 1 by x is 1x, and 1 by 6 is 6. Now, I've simplified it, okay, so I want in the form of ax squared plus bx, not bx plus bx. That's them combined together. I get x squared, doesn't change, 7x plus 6. That's it. So literally any other factor multiplied by the original factor got me to the answer. Deceptively easy. Okay, so part 12c here now this is a tricky method in a sense, and this equation here is a cubic equation. Now, cubic equations typically have 3 factors. Okay, you're given one of them. Okay, 2y plus 3. Now, if you can find all the factors of this, okay, you'll see that 2 plus 3 is one of them. Okay, and there are methods for doing that. Okay, the way I suspect this is probably easiest to do would be to do it by like long division. Should I say it there? So you're going to long divide. So you have your big equation 2y to the power of 3 minus 9y squared minus 28y minus 15. And you're dividing in the factor 2y plus 3. So this is a fairly standard method, okay? And I'm going to basically go through it now. Now, it's not something I do very often. So you're dividing this 2y to the power of 3, okay, by this 2y. It's the same thing as 2y to the power of 3 divided by 2y. 2 cancel, 1 of the y's cancels, you're left with y squared. And once you do that, you do the reverse. Okay, so you multiply your 2y by 2y squared. You're going to get 2y to the power of 3. And you're multiplying the second term here, the 3 by the y squared, to get plus 3y squared. Then you have to come along and you're going to combine those terms. So you have to change the sign here. Okay. Now 2y to the power of 3, take away 2y to the power of 3 is cancelled. So it's 0. Minus 9y squared minus 3y squared is minus 12y squared. Okay, first bit done. I need to do the same thing twice more. So this minus 28y, okay, I bring that down. And now we're going to do the same thing for these two terms. So you divide 2y into minus 12y squared. So minus 12y squared divided by 2y. Okay, this y cancels one of them. Okay, and 2 into minus 12 goes minus 6y. That goes up here. Then you do the reverse. 2y by minus 6y is minus 12y squared. 3y by minus 6y is minus 18y. Come along then and change the signs. Okay, these things cancel again. Minus 28y plus 18y is minus 10y. Okay, so this is the second go done. Now you bring down the minus 15, and you go again. Okay, sorry. 2y into minus 10y goes minus 5. Do the reverse to get minus 10y. 3 by minus 5 is minus 15. Change the signs again. Okay, so plus, this becomes minus becomes plus. So these terms cancel, and there's no remainder. So your factor divided into the long division into the cubic equation, you got a quadratic answer which contains the last two factors, if you were asked to go that further. But there is no remainder, so therefore it is a factor. If there had been a remainder, this was not a factor of that equation. Now, there are other ways of doing that, but that's the way they want it, basically. Okay. So that's part C. Okay, a lot of work for 10 marks, but look, it's a standard method. If you see it come up, it's just kind of like do. Okay, same as solving a quadratic. If these things, if there's a struggle for you, you need to consider like whether it's junior or higher level. You want to attempt, although fairness. Okay, that's question 12 done. So on to question 13. See you next time.